So, what made you interested in investigating how cannabis can affect longevity?
Well, this actually started out with a conversation with the FDA because with the legalization of CBD or the removal from the Controlled Substance Act, the FDA had a lot of concerns with what happens if you take CBD for an extended period of time. So 20 years, 30 years, is something going to pop up down the road that could be detrimental? And it's obviously very difficult to do those studies in humans. And it's even difficult to do them in rodents. It's very expensive. It takes a extended period of time, maybe 3 to 5 years, to look at lifespan depending on that specific species. One of the, I would say, best preclinical whole organism models is the C. elegans model. It's kind of like the canary in the coal mine model. Um, the EPA likes this for toxicity. So, for example, if there was potentially contaminated water, if they don't know what they're testing for, it's difficult to determine, what the problem is and if it's really a danger. So they may use C. elegans, and if they die early, then you probably want to stay away from that particular water. It's also been used in the International Space Station by NASA. So, what's the what happens when you're at space for an extended period of time? We don't really know what that means for humans, but we can look in other animal models. So that was really the start of this work was, hey, is this toxic, and at what level would it be toxic, and how does that, affect, the life of these in this particular model? Interestingly enough, what we found is it wasn't really that toxic until you went to super physiological amounts, and still it wasn't overtly toxic. But then we started seeing this increase in lifespan and health span. We also ran that model with cannabigerol, a lesser known cannabinoid, and we saw similar effects. So both appeared non-toxic at physiologically relevant amounts, and extended lifespan and activity levels during that life. So rather, as it would, now again, this is a model, but as it would apply to humans, it would be akin to, a 80-year-old acting more like a 60-year-old in terms of health span measures. So not only did they live longer, they were more active through that late stage of their life.
So, the benefits of health span and lifespan, it sounds like it was sort of just a happy coincidence. Like you were originally looking at the toxicity, but then observed this positive effect.
Sure, we wanted, we obviously wanted to find out, how safe the compounds were, but obviously when you find out that there's a potentially larger, more profound benefit, then that's something certainly important and relevant for us within the cannabinoid industry.